Alrighty then. If you are watching the replay, go ahead and fast forward 90 seconds. That is when the show will actually begin. Only 90 seconds. For those of you watching it live, you don't have to wait too long. What's up, B? What's going on, Joe? Wall Gang, Gleason, Cody? What's going on? We are live on Facebook, we are live on Periscope, we are live on YouTube, we are live on Twitter. We are all over the world, baby. What's up, JR? What is up? We will start in 50, what would that be? 55 seconds. 55 seconds. What's up, Bless? What's up, bro Chacho? What's going on? Bro Montana? Brosif Lieberman? 40 seconds. We will start in 40 seconds. What's up, Zappy? What's up? Matt, what's going on? We will start in 30 seconds. Bromingo, let's see, what else? Bro Montana is just my go-to. Broer, 20 seconds. Oh, what's another good one? Let's see. Nicknames with Bro. Let's see what I can pull up. Brown shirt? Oh, words that start with Bro. Little list of words. Let's see. Nicknames with Bro. And we'll start now. Bro Tato Chip, that's a good one. Oh, here we go. GQ's 200 greatest bro names. Some of these are stupid. Flannery, Bro Connor, Angelina Broly. Sup, Angelina Broly. Alright, welcome to Valley of the Suns Live, the weekly edition. My name is Adam Maines. I'm your bro. I'm your host. I'm your side editor. I'm your friend of the sun. What is up? Good evening. AK, sorry, your name was like ridiculously dim. It was very difficult to read. Go ahead and, just as we start, go ahead and please retweet Marco Brolo. I like that one. Okay, so can let the young guys play because majority of the vets have been terrible. All right, so yeah, I want to look at point guard in particular. We can talk about a whole bunch of stuff, but I mean, in regards to veterans or young guys playing over veterans, for starters, I hate that. The Suns defense is just awful. But call me Ox. All right, brother. Will D-Buck be playing versus the Spurs? I hope so, but something tells me he won't. It's just a gut feeling. I've seen nothing yet. I just have a gut feeling. I hope I'm wrong. I hope he's back. But Bulls scored 50 points in the first half. Unfortunately, they're down by 42. Oh, my gosh. Did Golden State, real quick, did Golden State score 92 points in the first half? Okobo, and that's what I want to talk about, but I just saw that tweet, and I want to... Did Golden State drop 92 points in the first half? Oh my gosh, I miss when the Suns would do that. I'm not a fan of those Los jerseys. I never have been. I think 44 points in the first quarter, 48 points in the second quarter. Holy crap. Sorry, I got distracted. That reminds me of Steve Nash. Boy, do I miss that. Clay hitting threes again. I saw he was averaging 17% from three, while Kevin Durant has a plus 43. Okay, it's not 43 points. Klay Thompson has 36 points, 10 of 14 from three. He was shooting 17%. Now it's 71%. Steph Curry, I was saying, was shooting over 50%. He's shooting 50% tonight. All right, I got to turn that away. I will get distracted by that. I love numbers. Steph going full MVP mode this year. Oh, yeah, he is. All right, so I hate the fact that the Suns need to play the young guys again because the veterans have stinking it up. Because I'm just so sick and tired of tanking. I'm just sick and tired of tanking. I'm sick of intentionally losing. Now, here's the thing. Something tells me I want John Wall on NBA 2K. I don't want him in real life. Thing tells me that Okobo, we've only seen him, really do well in one game. Well, he's done well in two games. He's done exceptionally well in one. Something tells me that Okobo, though, is much better than Isaiah Keenan. So I think that Kanan definitely needs to come off the bench. And the truth of the matter is I think he's a better bench role player. I think he's an Miguel Knight. He's not going to facilitate an offense. He's going to score and let him score. We have not officially hired a GM. James Jones is still the interim. So, I'm not going to lie to you, man. I wouldn't be shocked if Okobo didn't start against San Antonio. Again, I've heard nothing, but it's just Okobo is a better distributor. I think he's a better offensive mind. Kanan's, his gut, it appears. His gut instinct is to go to the lane. It's to score. And it's just not going to work like that in this offense. And so he's an okay three-point shooter. He's just not great. And honestly, every time he shoots a three, I cringe. Like, I still don't even cringe as much. The trade deadline is in February. I still don't cringe as much when I see Ryan Anderson shoot threes because Ryan Anderson has shot over 40% before. Kanan's just not a three-point shooter. Would you see what Akobo brings and wait to see our still quality? I want to see Akobo start. How long do we have to wait until we hire a GM? I don't know if it's really that unstable, to be honest. He is short, 6'1", and we need point guards that are 6'3" and above. I absolutely hate how Crawford is affecting Bridges' minutes. Well, then Bridges needs to take those minutes away. You know, I mean, I don't know. DeAndre Ayton's looking fabulous. I listen to Bickley and Murata sometimes when I'm driving. I get a half-hour lunch, so I mean I don't get to listen very much. But a few days ago, their producer, why can't I think of his name all of a sudden? Yeah, if somebody says it, I'll know the second I see it. I'm sorry to that guy if he happens to be on here. He is a U of A fan, and big-time U of A fan, and he had brought up last week that No, Jordan is Burns and Gambos. Why can't I think of his name? If somebody says it, they'll see it. Anyway, and he was just talking about how well, let's go Devils for one. But he was talking about how DeAndre Ayton puts up empty points, puts up empty stats. I know, I saw them, and I was just talking about that a moment ago. It's insane. And how, and yet still 15 points off of the all-time record. Who knows the all-time record for most points in the first half? No, Jody Ayler is on 910. Who holds the NBA record for most points in the first half? What are those points? Who are the teams? What date? On all of that. It's scary we're looking top three again. I know. Anyway, he was saying, though, how DeAndre Ayton, not the Pistons, that's the most points ever in a non-regulation game, 183 to 181. I forget the date, but that was Detroit at Denver. It was 183, 181, triple overtime. What is the most points ever scored in the first half of a game? Team, two teams involved, the point number, and the date. And nobody cheat. I know. I'll know. And so it's like, DeAndre Ayton doesn't, he puts up empty points. He's not going to help you win. And, or I don't know if he said he's not going to help you win, but he's just going to put those stats and you're still going to get blown out. And the thing about it, though, is that, that makes kind of logical sense because he's a center, not the Bobcats. He's a center. So he can't facilitate. I got to say, Bickley and Murata number 1, Burns and Campbell number 2, and Doug and Wolf number 3. I'm not a fan of the Doug and Wolf show. I'm not. I've met Wolf a couple times. I'll bet anything he would never remember me, but I've met him a couple times, and he's fun. I like him, but I just don't like that show. Not the Bulls. And so, but the thing about, though, is that Ayton, whoever says something negative about my son, DeAndre Ayton, must go through me. Well, but that's the thing. He can't facilitate. He's not going to bring the ball up, not the Kings. He can't bring the ball up. He's got to wait for the offense to come to him. So, and, okay, most of his offense is going to come in the post. Agreed. Just like Josh Jackson last year. If Josh Jackson had been on a good team, it would get a lot more attention. And so most of his points are going to come in the post. They're not going to come in transition either. So it's like you need to give him the ball, and you have to space the floor in your offense. I'm sorry, Halo. YouTube says that it takes YouTube 10 minutes to notify the show. Just look for 6 o'clock. I'm usually a minute or two off one way or the other. But yeah, but his averaging force is already... I think DeAndre Ayton is looking fantastic. His long-winded answer. I think he's looking fantastic. I'm really not worried about him. I'm worried about his defense. I really am. But I'm not worried about his offense because I'll bet you anything, as soon as they do get a good offensive point guard, somebody who can facilitate, a good facilitating, because obviously Cannon's an offensive point guard. As soon as they get a facilitating point guard in there and the offense begins to run more smoothly, I mean, Ayton is averaging, I might be able to get this in a moment, Ayton's averaging 64% from the field, if I recall correctly. I mean, give him 20 shots a game, and he's going to average you 30 points. Wait, yeah, give him 20 shots a game, he's going to average you 30 points a game. Give or take. Well, with free throws, it's entirely possible. Sorry, bring that back up again. On YouTube, I saw you comment. I didn't. Ayton is averaging 17, 10, and 4 right now. Yes, but he's averaging 64.4% from the field. Not the Rockets. 64.4% from the field. So it's like get him 20. He's averaging 12.2 shots a game. Get him 20 shots. But you got to have an offense that's going to be able to pull that off. Ayton has better stats than Cat so far. Well, this season, Because this season, Carl Anthony's looked absolutely awful, but that team is a mess. That team is just not, yeah, I mean, his stats are way better. Wow, I didn't realize his shooting had gone down so much. Karl Anthony Towns' 2-point percentage is 42.3%, but he's taken way too many threes. So, what about Josh Jackson? If the question, by the way, we're 10 minutes in, so go ahead and please like, please retweet. Klay Thompson tied for most 3-pointers in the first half with 10. Yes, but can anybody tell me the two teams involved, the most points ever scored in the first half, and the date? Okay, who is it? Do you want to know right now? I'll tell you what. I'll wait 5 more seconds because I know that there's a delay here. Don't feel like Lillard is leaving the Blazers. I don't either. I just wish he would. I mean, what are... not the Patriots. I know the Blazers are about 500, if I recall correctly. I've got it right here. The 3-2. I need them to just collapse. I need them to collapse because I want Lillard in the worst way. Suns to the Spurs, Wizards. No, okay, so here it is. Here's your trivia answer. Most points ever scored in the first half of an NBA game was 107. The team that did it scored 50 points in the first quarter, NBA record. They scored 57 in the second quarter, NBA record, and now the record, and at that moment, the record for most points ever in any quarter. The team they played against was the Denver Nuggets. The team that scored 107 was the Phoenix Suns, November 10th, 1990. Phoenix Suns won 173 to 143. The 173 points tied the Boston Celtics for the most points ever in a regulation game. The most points ever in a game was 183 by the Detroit Pistons when they beat Denver 183 to 181 back in the late 80s. But that game went to triple overtime. The Phoenix Suns scored 107 points December 10th. We've had 101 turnovers in the last 5 games. Whoa, is that the number really 101 in the last 5 games? Holy crap. Where is this clone of Steve Nash when you need him? The NBA record is 107 points in the first half. It's the most points in any half, not overtime. Phoenix Suns, awesome. Who had the lead point total? Let me pull up the box score. I remember that Cedric Ceballos scored 22 points in 7 minutes. The Suns scored 80-plus first half points on the Kings in 2007-2008. I remember that. With how bad we were going, I have props to the Sixers. Yep, sounds right about right. All right, so, okay, so that was 89-90. It was November 10th. Oh, by the way, in the preseason, the Suns scored 186 in regulation on Denver on the first night of preseason. Okay, November 10th, 1990. Oops, I was in 89. November 10th, 1990, who let the Suns... Who would you rather trade, Jackson or Warren and Bender and Ryan for Kevin Love? Oh, who would you rather trade, Jackson or Warren plus Bender and Ryan for K-Love and George Hill? Right now, I'd rather trade Jackson because I think that T.J. Warren is just too good of a scorer. He's just too good of a scorer. All right, so November 10th, 1990... The lead scorer for that game was Cedric Ceballos. He, off the bench, scored 32 points. Kenny Battle had 23. KJ had 23. Marley had 21. Tom Chambers had 20. KJ had 23 points and 17 assists. Dan Marley had 21 points and 13 assists. The Suns finished with 50 assists total. Orlando Woolridge led Denver, who was 0-6 after this game, with 40 points. Muhammad Abdul-Rauf had 26. Walter Davis had 22. Anthony Cook had 13. 173 to 143. All right, would be nice if we would stop playing Jackson out of position. Agreed. If he were actually playing small forward, I think he'd be doing a lot better. Should the Suns make a run at Wall? I just don't want Wall. I've heard so many negative things about him in terms of personality and selfishness. I feel like he'd be a cancer. Even though it's incredibly expensive, you think Wall would be a good option. I really just don't. I just don't. Since a lot, the Rockets scored 90 points once last season. Yep, I remember that. I was live tweeting it. We need a Steve Ballmer type intervention. Yes, can we just go back in time and draft Fox or DSJ? Yep, I know. I wish. Josh has been horrendous on offense. He turns the ball over so much. Wall makes too much. Here's the thing. Wall wouldn't make... I mean, it would be manageable if you were able to trade Ryan Anderson and Tyson Chandler. But then obviously you have to give up talent. So you're giving up Josh Jackson, you're giving up someone else. Would you trade for Caleb and Hill in January? Actually, no. Shoot. Hill is early 30s. I mean, he's just a stopgap. Kevin Love, I think, would be great here if they had, you know, I would absolutely take Spencer Dinwiddie. I would love that. Take this season for Zion and go after a point guard this offseason. Well, they'll have the cap space if they don't make any big trades. So, yeah, but I've looked over the point guards this offseason, and I can do it right now again. Who is out there? They're going to have to get their point guard through trade. Let's see, 2019 NBA free agents list. I mean, the best point guard is going to be Kemba Walker, who will be an unrestricted free agent. Like Goran Dragic could be, Eric Bledsoe could be, but they're both restricted. Kyrie Irving will be unrestricted, but he's not going anywhere. Klay Thompson will be, but he's not going anywhere. Malcolm Brogdon, D'Angelo Russell, Spencer Dinwiddie. I would love all those guys. They're all restricted free agents after this year, or at least coming up. Do you think teams are holding out on us knowing how desperate we are for point guard? Probably, but the thing about it, though, is that if we've got what they want, you know, I still think a trade can be had. But don't forget about this part, though, is that a lot of these guys can't be moved until December 15th and January 15th. So, I mean, there's still some holding off there. Do you think Okobo will turn out to be good? I hope so. Kemba has been one of my favorite players to watch since he's joined the NBA. I'd love to get him. My only problem is he's a score-first guy. He's not. I don't think he's as much a facilitator. He's about points. Pushing us the way overs on trade. Pushing us the way overs on trade. Oh, four-way overs? Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, but that's this thing. Okay, so the Suns have, you know, Josh Jackson, T.J. Warren, Mikal Bridges. Those are going to be their most tradable assets, you know, that they're going to move. Like, they're not going to move Booker. They're not going to move Ayton. You know, so if you're thinking, all right, one of those two, it's not like if you're going to make a trade for, say, Spencer Dinwiddie, the Suns might offer them, all right, T.J. Warren and a protected first-round pick, or Ryan Anderson's looked like trash, or Josh Jackson and a, you know, protected first-round pick, that kind of thing. And it's not like, you know, Brooklyn's going to like, nope, we want a unprotected first-round pick. It's like, you're not getting it then, you know, so it's, they would know. Suns fans can't be picky. Can take. Well, okay, Kemba's unrestricted, Rozier's not offensive, and Lillard, yes, I would take in a heartbeat. Why don't we go for Jimmy Butler, unrestricted free agent? Like, I wouldn't be shocked when they have cap space this offseason if they did go after him, for, you know, but when it's just money. Would I trade for Rubio? No, hell no, because Rubio's too old. Step back, Ryan Anderson. I've never seen more step backs from a woman. Yeah, you know what? That was brought up to me recently, a couple days ago. And I was like, I've watched him play because I've watched Houston. I don't remember ever seeing that. Trade Josh Wallace stock is high. Okay, I would agree with that. I would not be heartbroken if you're trading Josh Jackson for a young point guard because you've got T.J. Warren. I'd take Wall, great defender, and boosts us 100%. But what does he make the Suns then? Like, what would his outcome be? Because now you've got no cap space. Do I miss Jared Dudley? I like Jared Dudley, but I mean, he didn't do anything. We need to boost this team now. That's how Bulls get something. You know, so it's like, okay, so you add John Wall, you're losing Josh Jackson, you're probably losing T.J. Warren. I mean, like, you got to trade two guys. What does that make the Suns then? Amazing how we thought we were getting over the Celtics and the Jackson pick. I know. Although, you know what? Okay, I'm a homer. I'm doing a Suns show. That said, I wonder if Josh Jackson is a better player in Boston. I mean, that's a better team. It's a better offensive system. There would have been a lot less pressure on him. Ryan Anderson has been amazing so far, helping the Suns tank. Yeah, he's been perfect. Who do I think the Suns should go after for in free agency? I'd go after every big name. Don't care, getting impatient, need to make a move. But you got to make the right move. You don't make a move that's going to hurt you this offseason, next year. You know, you've got to make a move that's like, okay, this improves our team now, plus it still gives us the flexibility to make the right moves in the summer. Booker, Butler, Ayton is a big three going into the summer free agency to get a 4-star. Well, okay, but you're not going to trade for him now because he's an unrestricted free agent. I would throw the max at him in the offseason. I would throw Kevin Durant the max, too. We can't look at our past picks the same since our coaching staff's been after the draft. Again, I totally agree. Again, so Terry Rozier, it's like, all right, but he's not a facilitator. Trade Bender and Milwaukee pick plus Daniels for Ibaka. So he's a short-term veteran fix. I love Ibaka, but shocking how since we picked Ayton, how many bad moves we've made. Now, real quick, we are 20 minutes in, so go ahead and please hard, which I've seen a ton of. Thank you so much. Please hard, please like, please retweet. Let everybody know we're going another 40 minutes for sure. I'm going to take us in overtime. Why not get him on the team before free agency, Paul George style? Because, well, think about it. Houston supposedly has offered 4 first-round picks. The Suns are in no position to offer future first-round picks because they're likely, even with Butler, going to be a lottery team this year alone. So how do you match that, or how do you best it in any way? Best player in the NBA right now, Steph Curry. If Wizards go 1 to 10, LeBron. LeBron is number 1. If Wizards go 1 to 10, do they trade Wall? Maybe, but I don't know. You think Clay would be a good fit? I think Clay would be great if Devin Booker's playing small forward. I think it's safe to say Holmes should be back in Ayton, and that will probably happen. I think we're ready to have our future point guard, Okobo. I hope so. Would I trade for Cat? Yes, if you're making him your power forward, and you're not trading Booker or Ayton. So everyone ensured Butler doesn't stay in Phoenix like George and OKC is a cancel. Well, and there you go. And that you're not saying something that might not be true. I mean, that's definitely something that could happen. So you're going to have to match or beat or top that 4 first-round pick offer that Houston has supposedly offered. If it's a false offer, then, if it's just a fake rumor, then, what have you. But if that is the truth, then how do you do that? You're not going to trade first-round picks. You're not going to trade Devin Booker. You're not going to trade DeAndre Ayton. And the truth of the matter is you're not going to trade Josh Jackson or TJ Warren either, because what if Butler walks? Now what has he done? He's made the Suns maybe the 8th seed, and then a first-round sweep, and then by Butler, and now the Suns are out of the playoffs again, now without Josh Jackson or TJ Warren moving forward. We need to worry about the bench. I agree. Thoughts on Josh Jackson's defense? It has not come around as quickly as I would have expected. There's one man that can help us start his team. That's Lou Amundsen. Bring back Lou. He's the... Wait. Remind me. Who is the general manager of Brooklyn? Is that him? I forget. That's general manager. Is that him? Oh, Sean Marks. I knew it was like a late bench guy. We need to sign someone. I didn't get to see that. We need to sign someone who? Sean Marks. Thank you. Yeah. I knew it was an end-of-the-bench white guy was all. But, yeah, Lou Amundsen would be... Who would he replace, though? I mean, be honest. Like, who would he actually replace on the roster? Let's say for the sake of argument it was a thing. Let's just say for the sake of argument, hey, we can bring back Lou Amundsen, 10-day contract. They still do those, right? Who would they bring back? Or who would they waive? We need to get on our hands and knees and beg Patino to come here. Any point guys you think the Suns can make a trade for this season? I'm going to have a list for you in one day. Booker Lou is just better. Oh my gosh. I do not speak French. Some bench guys like Boban and Magruder. Boban is, you're talking about the center? Who is he? Boban. You're going to have to be a little bit more specific. Trade our whole bench for Damian Lillard. I would trade even a couple starters. I would trade Josh Jackson for Damian Lillard. I would trade... Well, I suppose I would trade TJ Warren. But, obviously then you'd have to throw in for contracts. Ariza can't go, but I think Ryan Anderson could be traded. We need to find a Tim Hardaway Jr. Yeah, amazing how much dead weight we have on this team. Isn't it just fascinating? This was a team that's supposed to be so much deeper, so much, they on paper they are improved. Okay, yes, the center on the Clippers, that's what I thought. But, do you really need to make a trade for a center just because... Okay, so fans aren't totally high on... What's up, brother? What's up, Mr. Rich? I know fans aren't entirely high on Tyson Chandler right now, but remember, everybody was stoked about Tyson Chandler being a mentor for DeAndre Ayton. So he's at least showing professionalism. And you know what? I guess I'm not seeing what a lot of people have. I think Tyson's doing just fine. Really hope that Anderson and Ariza pick up some so we can use them as trade bait mid-season. Well, again, let me see something real quick, because I'm pretty sure that Ryan Anderson can already be traded. Think we have bigger problems than at the 5. Yeah, I agree. It's point guard and power forward. Just play Rashawn Holmes. Chandler provides nothing on offense. Well, Rashawn Holmes isn't a big offensive guy either. They're both alley-oop scorers. Okay, so Ryan Anderson... Oh, Ryan Anderson can basically be traded for anything come Wednesday, or I guess Thursday. If a team is over the salary cap and receives a player in a trade, they cannot trade the player in a combination with other players for 2 months, and that would be October 31st. So yeah, we can basically trade it from anything on November 1st. Holmes can't be worse than Chandler right now. Well, okay, I get your point, but I also want to look... I looked at Tyson Chandler's per 36. His numbers have obviously dwindled. His minutes have obviously dwindled. And last I saw, he was averaging like 17 Nobody's going to take on Anderson's contract, but they would take it on in flipping for another contract if the Suns are sending them some youth. Holmes can stretch to 3, trade Bender and 2 second-round picks for Lance over. Ooh, I would love Larry. I think you're talking. Are you talking about Larry Nance? Tank for R.J. Barrett or Zion? Why not take for both? Per 36 minutes, he's averaging 15.8 rebounds and 10.8 points and 2.7 turnovers, 0.5 blocks. So, I mean, he's still, per 36 minutes, I would love Larry Nance Jr. I would love to have him back. I think it'd be a fun power forward. But I mean, just per 36 minutes, Tyson Chandler's just not doing all that awful. Trade for Dennis Schroeder? Yes. I mean, I would. Let me double check his contract. I don't know if OKC would do it, but at any point. Plus, he's probably prevented until, 15 million. Yeah, I would do it. I mean, he's averaging 7 assists off the bench. 13.7 dimes in 2 starts. I wonder if that deal for Kyrie is still on the table. I'll be open to give him Jackson. I doubt it. I'm sold on Kemba now. He's averaging 31 points a game, but only 5.5 assists. It's just, can he drop that down to 20 and then raise his assists to 10? No more tanking for the love of God. I'm with you, brother. McDonough could go down as worst GM in history if not for lucking out with Booker 13. I still have to say Lance Blanks is the worst. Lance Blanks is, and remember, Lance Blanks is the guy who decided not to draft Kawhi Leonard because he was sweating through his suit. Screw you, Lance Blanks. Lance Blanks is the worst. Not many people averaging 10. No, it's not that. It's the fact that he's Eric Bledsoe. He's Kyle Lowry. Eric Bledsoe and Kyle Lowry are not championship point guards. So if you're going to pay Kemba Walker a lot of money, which he's going to be 30 at the start of the season, and he's going to demand a max, and don't you believe, and technically Billy Knight is the worst GM, he ruined the Nets' future. Well, I think he was saying Suns is history. If you were saying NBA history, I would absolutely disagree. If you don't think that Kemba Walker is not playing for a contract by averaging 31 points per game when his career high is 23, granted we're only 7 games in, but he is Eric Bledsoe. He's Kyrie Irving. Kyle Lowry. What's the alternative? Just not him. I know Wall was averaging 10-plus assists before. How is he doing in that department? I'll look that up right now. Trade for Sean Livingston, use a second-round pick. There's no way Golden State's trading him. I wish. Do I think the Ariza should be traded for assets at the deadline? Yes, especially if they're out of it. Absolutely. 100%. If they're out of it, trade him. He's only on a 1-year deal, so yes. We would win a lot more games, though. Clay has made 12 threes. What's the record? 14? It's Curry's record. I'm sure Curry's like, dude, go break it. Have fun. Isn't it 14 or 13? He's going to break it. It's 13. He's going to break it in the third quarter. Go hit 20, Clay. Go do it. Go hit 20. Who am I looking up? John Wall. John Wall being 28. They're both 28. He averaged 10, 10.2, and 10.7 in 2014 through 2017. We need to swing for something to get out of this mediocrity. I think Ariza should resign for a cheaper contract. Kobe is 13. Oh, I thought Steph Curry broke the record. Most 3-pointers for a player in a game. Curry was one of 3 players to hold the previous record of 12, tying the mark. Kobe set the record of 12. Curry has the all-time record of 13. No, Curry has a record of 13. He did that last year. Kobe had 12. Daniel Marshall and Curry each had 12. Steph Curry last year set the record at 13. Oh, no. He set the record in 2016. November 8th, 2016. So, trade Jackson, Bender, Bucks first, and future first for Wall. I would just rather Damian Lillard if it was possible to choose. Should ship away Ariza at the deadline and play the youngest guys more? Oh, yeah. No, I would trade away Ariza at the deadline for sure. If we're out of it, yes. We need a power forward so bad. I would love to get Tobias Harris. Never been a fan of his, but he'd be an upgrade. What do I say to the people blaming Igor for team struggles? You can't. How the hell is it Igor's fault? The offense is just so much better. It just is. Trade for Tyus Jones. I would like Tyus Jones. Imagine if we had got Griffin and then traded for Kyrie. Wow, that would have been awesome. Yeah, I mean, if you could have had both of them and Devin Booker, you wouldn't have DeAndre Ayton. But, yeah, I wonder. Somebody needs to try that on 2K. Trade Daniels for Jose Calderon. Yeah, Calderon I think would be good. He's only averaging like 3 minutes a game right now. I hate to say this, but I want Jackson gone. He provides nothing offensively. I think if he gets traded, we're going to regret it, but I think he has to get traded. I think he might be the most tradable piece for like a point guard or something that we need. What should the Suns offer? The Suns will have to trade the moon. What we need is the Blazers to fizzle and for Lillard to demand a trade. Igor is responsible for the highest assist field goal percentage. I mean, we don't have any pieces yet. Yeah, I think the offense has looked just fine. So, no, I mean, you don't fire Igor like this. Here's the thing. Even Earl Watson got a year. So, you got to give Igor Kokoskov, who is... Klay Thompson has the NBA record. He has 14 three-pointers. He's broken the record. But I've made an observation. The Suns are losing by an average of 20 points per game right now. Yep. Ayton needs to get the ball on the weak side. Yep. Every other team is more competitive. Yep. How good has Kawhi looked? I would love to have him on this. I throw the max at Kawhi. I throw the max at Kevin Durant. I throw the max at Jimmy Butler. I throw the max at Kyrie Irving. And it's kind of like throwing the max at the wall and seeing what sticks. We are 30 minutes in. So go ahead and please like, please retweet. Klay Thompson is your new NBA record holder for most threes in a game. Headband Klay Thompson. Oh, he's wearing a headband. Has 13 three-pointers. Oh, I just got another tweet that said he had 14, so maybe it's not yet. Maybe it's a typo. Because I think I got 13 or 14. He's definitely breaking the record. But here's the funny thing. He won't even play the fourth quarter. Steph Curry scores 51 points in 3 quarters, and again, he's benched. Just like Klay last year had 60-something in 3 quarters, and they benched him. Oh, man, if we could... Oh, it was 2 years ago. If we could get a big free agent next year, that would be amazing. Okay, Klay Thompson just set the new record. Okay, he has. He has 52 points in 26 minutes. How many max players can sign? Well, it depends on if they trade, but they'd be able to get 2 for sure. Okay, what do you think the problem with the Suns is? We beat the Mavs. No point guards. No point guard. No power forward. No consistency. Remember, they shot 50. Yeah, it was, because they shot 55.9% from 3. They made 19 three-pointers. They've shot 32% since, or 28% since, something to that effect. So that's the problem. I guarantee if Braun wears headband last NBA Finals, he beats the Warriors. So it's a combination. Yeah, it's no defense, but it's at least offensively. You can always outscore your opponents. It's a combination of no point guard, no power forward, and no consistency. They're cold. 2 free agent spots has to play. Turnovers, yep, but we made some moves. I know. Never underestimate the headband swag. Remember when in the Steve Nash era, like Nash and Stoudemire and Marion, I don't know if Nash ever did, but I remember Stoudemire, Marion, Tim Thomas, maybe. I know a bunch of them wore headbands for a while. Why do I feel the exact same? Why does it feel like it feels like the exact same team? It does. Only we have DeAndre Ayton. So, I mean, that's Quentin Richardson, but was it the 04-05 season where they all wore headbands? It's just strange to me. This season has been the strangest season ever so far. And it's because they were supposed to be bad, but they weren't supposed to tank, but they weren't supposed to be this bad, and there were certain aspects that were supposed to be improved. And I was all in on the Devin Booker for point guard. You guys know that a lot, some of you guys just harped on me. Joe Johnson, Q. I remember Amari Stoudemire wore it too. Imagine we almost got Trey Lyles instead of Booker. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Whew. Exactly. Twilight Zone. Could the Suns... hold on. Shoot. When was... oh, shoot. Oh, freaking I hate Basketball Reference when it does that. When was, what's-his-face on Utah drafted? Donovan Mitchell. Did the Suns pass on Mitchell at all, or was he drafted before? He was drafted 13th. Oh, he did. Okay, so he was drafted... Well, he got Josh Jackson. Oh. Imagine... So that year, the Suns could have had De'Aaron Fox, could have had Dennis Smith, could have had Donovan Mitchell. And of all those guys, I would have taken Donovan Mitchell. Remember when a ton of teams passed on him? It's just like, Giannis Antetokounmpo. I mean, he was 15th or whatever. I mean, sometimes it just happens. But Bender still thinks he's in the 11th grade. Remember, though, when Ryan McDonough was touted as this incredible draft mind? He's an incredible scout. What What? Well, I mean, he lucked on Devin Booker. That was it. Yeah, we used our luck for Booker. Yeah, Kyle Kuzma could have had Mitchell and Kuzma if they had made the right moves that year. Yep. Do you know if I don't know? I haven't heard anything. Yeah, McDonough proved he couldn't draft at all. Oh my gosh, can't believe we missed Kuzma. I know. Kyle Kuzma was 27th. Did the Suns have another pick? It was just Josh Jackson. The next pick was Davin Reed. Who did they pass on for Davin Reed? Jordan Bell. And nobody else. Nobody else. Yeah, they would have had to trade up to get Kyle Kuzma, but yep. Yeah, no, Sun scouts are obviously terrible. Josh Hart. Oh yeah, he was the last pick by Utah. Wasn't he traded to Golden State? What was that? Why do I feel like Lakers. The Lakers got him. Okay. So he was traded by Utah to the Lakers. Yeah. And what's he averaging this year? 14.5 points, 4.7 rebounds. I still would have taken Kuzma, yep. Bell would have kept our power forward position, yep. Golden State is up by 40. Yeah, well, they were up 42 at half. It was 92 to 50. Oh. Real quick. I saw on Twitter, Atlanta. What's the Atlanta score? Atlanta has 92 points. Okay, so Atlanta... I saw this on Twitter. Alex Len. Oh, I know. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. What's going to happen when they play... What was your question? What's going to happen when they play what? The game is competitive. Against San Antonio, I think they get blown out. McDiaz had 3 good selections in 5 years of drafting. I know. So somebody pointed out, I think it was Tankathon, pointed out that the Golden State Warriors game started an hour after the Atlanta Hawks played, and they had more points at some point than before halftime of their game than Atlanta had the whole game. Booker's still better than Clay. Well, we'll see. What's going to happen when the Warriors play? It's going to be just a total blowout. They're going to win by 40. 3 good picks. Booker defensively definitely isn't better than Clay. Yeah, I wouldn't say that yet either. They're different players too. I mean, Booker is definitely more of a physical player, whereas Klay Thompson, like Steph Curry, I mean, they're off the pick shooters. Alex Len is playing really well. I thought he wasn't playing all that great. Let me see real quick. Alex Len. Yeah, but so how many points did Clay is going to both ends? Warriors are going to play their backups and thrashes. Yeah, they're also going to pull a fan out of the stands to coach him. Booker is brutal on the defensive end. I wish the Suns had kept Alex instead of Chandler. Well, you had to have traded Chandler. Give Booker more time to heal from the surgery. He's definitely playing scared. Could be. Clay good in this system. It sucks our season is stuffed after. Yeah, I know. That's the thing. I mean, so you're gonna lose. So here's the thing. You're gonna lose Tyson Chandler's contract and Trevor Ariza's contract. If you can trade Ryan Anderson's contract, it saves you some space. But Devin Booker goes from like $6 million to $26 million, so you lose a lot of cap space immediately. So that said, they can still, with some maneuvering, still sign at least one, max contract. But I mean, like, if you basically just trade everybody but Devin Booker, Josh Jackson, Mikal Bridges, and DeAndre Ayton, you can sign 2 and then just go and find veteran pieces. I mean, the Suns overnight could turn themselves into a championship contender kind of thing. You can do an Anderson buyout, but that means you're spreading that out. I'd rather trade him. That's why you trade for Butler. Now, yeah, but again, all right. So instead of 4 first-round picks, I offer 3. I offer 3 first-round picks and just say ours are going to be better than Houston's 4. Except that Houston's 3rd and 4th picks probably aren't going to be any good, so, they might be banking on that. I was praying Kevin Towers wouldn't sign his max since the book. Oh, not Kevin Towers, but yeah. When does book come back? I haven't heard anything. I'm just hopeful it's Halloween. He'll have had near a full week. But hamstrings are bad. 2K has Anderson with the team option whenever I go to my league, which is strange. Yeah, Cat. No, I knew what you meant. I don't know. I was thinking baseball. You can't do that. No guarantee he stays. Well, and that's the point. That's why I wouldn't. Would D'Angelo Russell help the Suns? Absolutely. Who are you going to trade for him? I would trade Josh Jackson for him right now, straight up, 1 for 1. Let's just trade our pick and Bucks pick for Lonzo. I would not trade the Suns. It would have to be highly protected. I would trade Josh Jackson for Lonzo Ball too. Lonzo Ball has been outstanding statistically this year. 2K has an team option. Oh, let me see. With the team option, I thought it was. Okay, so let's see. Ryan Anderson contract Sport Track. Let's see what Sport Track says, because they're great at that stuff. If Lonzo fixed a shot, he's shooting over 50% from the field. With Warren Anderson, Bucks pick plus future pick. Well, again, now he's an unrestricted free agent. I would do that trade for D'Angelo Russell as well. Yep, me too. D'Angelo Russell or Lonzo. JJ and Bucks pick for Zoe. I'm in. Oh man, LeVar would throw fit if he got traded. I think he's backing away now. I really do. Okay, so according to, let's see, I'm pissed we traded for Mikal and not, you know what? And it's nothing against Mikal Bridges. It just doesn't make sense. Why wouldn't you trade our pick if the top prospects aren't needed for the Suns? Well, because, I mean, what if you get the first overall pick? Could we deal for anyone on the Magic? I don't know. Who do you want? Warner's looking like a good trade piece. He's looking great, though. Only one dude has ever recorded 52-plus points in 30 minutes or less. That's Klay Thompson. Lonzo would be great next to Booker. He's solid defensively. He's a great passer. Oh, yeah, no, Lonzo would be fantastic here. Okay, so contracts. 2018-19. 2019 agreed to reduce guaranteed. No, he's guaranteed at $15.6 million next year. I wanted him so bad. Oh, I did too. I wanted him too. Gordon or Isaac? Well, I would take Gordon over Isaac, but Gordon couldn't be traded because he signed that contract. He can't be traded until December or January, am I right? I will let you know in a moment. I've got it right here. Why would you pass on Lonzo? Hold on. Let me... ESPN. Okay. Hold on. I would take Gordon too. I would too. Real quick. Listen to Lonzo Ball's stats. I know his dad is baggage, but you know what? It won't be along forever. Tyson, TJ picked this year big for Trent Jr. Always for Dillard. Oh, I would make that. 15.6 million for these contracts are brutal. Yeah, how many more games before Ryan Anderson is benched? I hope he's benched sooner rather than later. Can we trade it 3 months after the start of the season? So it is January when signed as a free agent. I would rather take Isaac. I don't want Isaac. I want somebody exciting. Lonzo wouldn't want to play here. Why? If he's traded, he doesn't have a choice. He's averaging 10 points. He's averaging 10.8 points, 5.2 boards, 4.7 rebounds, 4 starts. Nah, please give me Lonzo. I would love Lonzo. Warren and Ariza contracts would cover Booker's, Anderson, and Chandler would cover another max. But he's also shooting 40.6% from 3, 45.3% from the field, 52.4% from 2-point, and a 57.7% effective field goal percentage. I want that. Do I think Knight and Chris get traded for Butler on the 31st? I don't know about Knight. But I could see Chris maybe getting traded just because they get a young piece. And he'd be a power forward. You know, he could play. Isaac isn't put in a position to score heavily. I know, but I still want Gordon, who's just exciting. He's just more of an exciting player. And I want to accept him. He's Antonio McDyess. Is he going to win a title himself? No. But, you know, on the Suns, he'd still be the third option. So I know the Rockets offered Chris. Is that... Oh, Chris was out from the first deal? I hadn't seen that. I remember it was Gordon and P.J. Tucker. Would the Lakers take Warren, Bucks pick, and future first for Lonzo? Maybe, but the thing about it is that Warren plays small forward, so then where is LeBron? You know, he's 6'11", small forward, powerful with great shot blocker and shooting. Who is? Oh, Isaac? Mentorship is overrated. If you can play, you can play. Booker is not. Yeah, no, I agree. I'm not totally... I'm not discounting, but I'm not totally... I couldn't read that. I'm over this mentor thing already. Yeah, no, I know. I just want to win. Warren, I kind of feel like Warren should be untouchable right now, too. He's just so damn good. He's scoring... It's just outstanding, you know? And so... And that's the thing. He's just an efficient scorer. And his three-point shooting has improved. I mean, he's shooting over 50%, which isn't going to last, but, you know... not over 47.8%. I mean, it's shooting 40. Should we have kept Peyton? Yes. Warren deserves our love and respect. I'll take him. He belongs in Phoenix. No, I want him here. He's one of my favorite. He's probably my second favorite player, just behind Book. Whenever I tweet about Rashawn needs to be played, his brother likes all my tweets. Yeah, his family is very active on Twitter. We've talked to them here on Valley of the Suns. Trade Daniels for Ish Smith. No, I want Daniels. Oh, that next one was too fast. Can you resend it? That's so damn good, and what he gets you. That's so damn good is what he gets you a point guard. Instead of just Booker. Whatever he did to get a shooting up could have he shared with Josh and Ariza, specifically Josh Jackson. Josh, after that first game, Jackson, let's see, his three-point stats are 25%. He's shooting worse than last year, and he had that first game. Ish Smith with the Ish dish will always be an iconic line. Yeah, that's hard to say, too. Ish Smith with the Ish dish. That's difficult. I mean, he's shooting 25%. Let me get his game-by-game logs. Let's trade for Kemba. I'm so bummed we didn't get Tatum now. Let's just go fishing in the G League. Watching Josh take crazy shot hurts my soul. Josh is averaging like 3 turnovers. Yeah, 3, 2, 3, 4, 7, 4. But again, he is playing out of position. So after opening night where he shot 3 of 4, he is now 2 of 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 16. He's 2 for 16 since opening night, which is 12.5%. Now, listen, went from being excited about Booker to being excited about Ayton and Booker. This is true. Whenever JJ, yeah, it hurts my heart. Anderson needs to chill with the fadeaways. I don't get it. Even his three-point shots, he throws that leg out real funny. I don't understand why that's like, why does he need to do that? I mean, just shoot straight. I feel like it's exaggerated. Like, who's the pitcher the Diamondbacks traded for? Former Cardinal that got him on this, like, right after they signed Zach Greinke. And his throwing ankle gets super exaggerated, and all of a sudden he started scraping the knees. I feel like that's Anderson. I feel like Ryan Anderson came here, and all of a sudden his shot just got all screwed. Because I do not remember him shooting ever so weird. I just realized why isn't Bender playing, but Anderson is. Yeah, well, Mike Grant and the coaching, I think he's fine. And post-prize people. Yeah. John Wall seems gettable without Kentucky. Well, you know what? I don't want him, but it'd be a hell of an upgrade. Trade for Trey Burke. The injuries worry me. They just do. Wow, Josh Jackson averaging 6.2 points, 4.2 personal fouls, 4.0 turnovers. Whew. Trade for. Why would you have to trade for him? Just sign him. Say, Josh, we need you. We need you to be the next Sean Marion. Where's Hakeem Warwick? We need you to be the next Amari Stoudemire. Alex Len is averaging 8.6 points. That's on par, 6 boards. It's below average for him, and he's playing more minutes. No, Alex Len is not playing that great. Literally playing more minutes this year than last year, and yet he averaged 1/10 of a point fewer last year than this year. Most of it off the bench. Averaged 1.5 more rebounds. He's not playing. TJ McConnell would be cool. Next, how soon will it be for Igor to make Booker and Ayton the primary options of the offense? That needs to happen immediately, YouTube. We might need to trade Josh for him to blossom elsewhere and save his career. I'm not worried about saving his career. Save the Suns. Hitting threes. Okay, totals. Alex Len, 2 of 8. He's got 2 threes. We're saying he's hitting threes. Look at D-Rose having a nice resurgence. Can we get Booker and Ayton a backcourt? Yep, look at... Warwick. Why is it so hard for the Suns to play defense? The second quarter against LA was horrific. Guys were wide open. Third quarter wasn't much better. I don't know. They don't look like they're trying half the time. They look like they're trying to outscore their opponents, 173 to 143, but they can't score themselves. So you can't outscore your opponent by 30 points, scoring 173 points if you can't score. Trade for Quinn Cook? Yeah, I mean, it's possible, but is he better than Elie Okobo? I sure hope so. I really hope that Elie Okobo is that diamond in the rough, because to be honest, I would love to trade for a power forward over a point guard. If they can get Elie Okobo and make him if he is a diamond in the rough, and it's like, whoa, Elie Okobo is like the real deal. He's played 20 straight games, averaging 7 assists. They've got their guy. I would I would be so ecstatic because I'd be like, all right, now let's go find our power forward. Because especially since Okobo would be on a rookie contract, a second round contract for a few years. Okobo reminds me a bit of Patty Mills. He needs to be better than Patrick Mills, but where's Anthony Melton? Just there, getting paid. All these future fast break points are from three. The Suns just starting and rebound like moth and flame. Yep, I agree. I want Ayton to average 13 boards a game. Okobo, Booker, Bridges, Ariza, and Ayton is what I'm hoping for next game. I'd be okay with that. Oh. It's hard to watch a Suns game at the minute. Now we know what it felt like to be a Sixers fan. Yep, it's official. Rondo here would play like Mavs Rondo. Yeah, but they're not going to trade him. LA's not going to trade him. And he's only on a one-year contract. Again, he's an unrestricted free agent. What are you going to move for him? What are they going to want for him? What are you willing to trade for a veteran who's only going to be here for 6 months? Kobo also got some same dunks as Dragic. How would Mikal start over TJ? He wouldn't score as many points. But, you know, again, I like having TJ Warren come off the bench because I think when you are a good team, you have that kind of depth, I want that off the bench. I wonder how McDonough, faded. Gosh, I hate when these fade so quickly. I had to trade a washing machine for who? I said, let's go for Lance. You're talking about Larry Nance over Alonzo? I would still take... Oh, well, I would take Alonzo, but if Okobo is the real deal, he would play point guard Rondo. If L.A. Okobo is the real deal, then yeah, now I would trade for Larry Nance. We need to give Pat Burke a call, get some luck going. Yep, get that Irish luck. Lance Stevenson, well, he's with L.A. You would trade for him? Play Okobo and hope to catch lightning in a bottle? Yes, I'm okay with that right now, because he can't be worse than Isaiah Canaan. Mikal would stretch the floor. We need that. Play Okobo at point Book, Josh, Small. Oh, okay, so play Okobo, point Book, Josh, TJ, and Ayton. I never realized Mikal has a 7-foot wingspan until he said that yesterday. Oh, interesting. I would like to see Josh Jackson just to attack the paint for one whole game. Yeah, just never shoot. Yep. No, I agree. I want to see Josh Jackson do a lot more than he's been doing. He just hasn't been doing a lot. I mean, it's just... But he's also out of position. Give him a point guard that can facilitate. Let Josh Jackson... He needs to just copy Sean Marion. We are at the least 2 or 3 years away from... It's so frustrating. Haven't been relevant in 10 years. I know. I agree. It sucks. Hopefully they've got a diamond in the rough somewhere on this roster right now that we're not expecting that helps to kind of at least give us some additional hope. Like, yes, we know we have Devin Booker. And now we know we have DeAndre Ayton. And we're still losing. Now give us somebody else to be like, can he be our next big three? Should have never cut the afro. I swear to you, I've wondered that. Go get Mike Bibby. He could be a coach. Holmes needs time, period. You were so high preseason, now so flat. I'm trying to still remain, like, energetic. I was very hyped, though. They're disappointing me. I wrote that post a few nights ago. You guys should check it out. You know, they're disappointing us once again. So, I don't know, man. It's just, ugh. Who do I think that third guy is? I'm hoping it's Elie Okobo. Just because it would kind of make sense. Wouldn't it make sense for it to be him? To be how sad we've been, we're only like 6 games in. I know, because we weren't supposed to suck. They weren't supposed to suck. Do I think we could trade for John Wall, big contract? If Washington's trading him, maybe, but I'd rather D'Angelo Russell over here, just because he's friends with Booker and he's younger, smaller contract. I apologize. I don't know why I'm yawning. The only positive I'm getting is that DeAndre is without a doubt a future star. Yeah, that's the thing. So then you throw the bank this summer at every one of those guys, and you just see which one or two might be willing to listen. Well, you've gotten the scouting right for the next draft. Yep. Zion, R.J. Barrett. We put up the best with a back signal to all former Suns great to come teach the current line. I want Steve Nash back so bad in the fold. The third guy is not on the roster. He's probably not, but I'm hoping it's Elie Okobo. We'll be drafting high next year, without a doubt. The third guy will come next year in free agency. I hope so. Isn't TJ our third guy? I think it's a 2.5. I would want Zion. I see him as Charles Barkley. I want Charles Barkley. Yeah, I want that third guy to be on the team right now because I want him to be cheap and affordable, which then allows you to go draft your fourth guy and sign your fifth guy in free agency, and all of a sudden you're a damn good team. He's 11 plush, and Golden State Warrior Dime is not living in L.A. Yeah, well, he's not getting paid a whole lot. He's only like a special advisor. But I know here you're talking about Nash. But it's just a special advisor. I mean, like, he's not a like a full-time, he's not on the court, he's not wearing a suit, he just comes in for practices, paid to do nothing. Yeah, I mean, he was helping out Kevin Durant when they signed Kevin Durant. It's like, KD doesn't need help. Do I think Ayton is on pace for Rookie of the Year even though our record sucks? Absolutely. If he averages double-double this year, he'll be a Rookie of the Year, without a doubt. Hope you feel about Barkley. Oh, I would be 100% for it. I would be for it because even if he fails, it will be exciting. We need a solid offensive player because anybody can fail. Anybody can fail. Ryan McDonough failed. He's supposed to be a genius. So they'll let Barkley fail. Let him fail and it'll be exciting. Solid player 2 or 3. Why leave a winning team? So I'm looking at Romero Langford. You're way ahead of me than I wish. McDonough's a loser. I would like our starters to be Okobo, Booker, Warren, Ariza, and Ayton. Okobo, Booker, Warren, Ariza, and Ayton. Yeah, I would be down with that. 100% I'd be down with that. I like Langford better than Cam and Zion. I got to see games. I've got to see games. I've got to see numbers. I got to read, like scouts. D8 leads all rookies in double-doubles by a long shot. Yep. I can't believe we let Peyton go. Everyone knew once he was cut, the front ponytail would be cut. Yeah, nope. Everybody did. Man, everybody. But then we will miss him on TNT. But you know what? We'll have him every night instead of once a week. What can the team do to stop turning the ball over 20 times a year? Again, get another point guard. I just want Zion to get better at shooting. I think Zion is Chris, but just more hype. Uh-oh. Well, then trade the pick. Anybody that's compared to Marquise Chris, I don't want on this team. If Bridges isn't going to get minutes, we should have given up less and gone for MPJ. I agree. They should have gone after a point guard. They should have gone for Shai Gilgeous. They should have traded the pick for a veteran point guard. Yeah. We'd have Barkley more often if he's the GM than on TV. Oh, yeah, absolutely. We'd have him every day. And the truth of the matter is that eventually, if he retires or quits or whatever, he can go back to TNT. Somebody will give him a show. You know, it's not like he'd be gone forever from the public eye. So I'm kind of like holding batteries and I keep dropping them. Sorry. Who's the #1 pick next year? I couldn't tell you. I got to see more. And you can't trust me as a college scout. I watch ASU and highlights. Extremely good, best player to come out of Indiana in a while. Yeah, so we have Barkley, we get meeting with big-time free agents. Yeah, well, boy, I'll tell you, would Klay Thompson come to visit the Suns just because of Charles Barkley? Maybe. Ryan Anderson has Steph Curry's confidence, but shoots 20%. Yep. You think Starberry is available to do what? Cam Reddish? I know that he wanted to come back to the NBA. Cam Reddish is going #1. Do I think the Suns are going to be forced to do a bad trade soon just to make some? I don't think they're going to be forced. I think that they've learned their lesson, and I think that James Jones is too intelligent. I think James Jones is too intelligent to do something like that. Could he make a bad trade? Sure, absolutely. But I think he's too intelligent to make a rush trade that just doesn't help the Suns. Like, he's not going to pull a Kurt Thomas. Let's get rid of Kurt Thomas by giving away first-round picks that end up being the guys that would have put the Suns over the top. You know, it's like they're not going to do that. You know, I think he'd rather tank this year, truthfully. Who are our general manager options? Because I don't have trust in James Jones. I mean, I trust in James Jones, but you're going to go after guys that have experience and that are kind of yes men. You know, because I think Barkley would take it. I think if Robert Sarver called, I would love Dave Griffin. I'm still scarred by our Earl situation. I would love David Griffin. He's my #1. Even though I would love Barkley, I would still put Dave Griffin #1 because I think Dave Griffin, I mean, he knows what he's doing. Barkley there'd be some learning on the job there. But that said, you're probably going to get some retread because it seems that Robert Sarver's just never going to stay out of their office. He's going to do too much meddling, and so you're going to have to get retreads. So it's just like, I just want a job. I just want another chance. If I can turn the Suns around, then I can parlay this into another, have James be a co-GM to deal with players. Earl is great for yoga. Well, if you get Dave Griffin or Barkley, you don't need to. Barkley might be our Magic Johnson. Well, Magic failed a lot longer than he has succeeded. We might bring Showtime back. Well, he might. Barkley, I would just take Barkley. J.R. Smith or Korver on Suns radar now that they aren't getting any minutes. Second pick for Korver. I would take Korver. Absolutely, because he can shoot. I'll take that. And he's only on like 1 year deal. I don't know if I want J.R. Smith, but Korver. Just because of Smith's attitude. I mean, like, just leave it alone. I mean, like, if you have to, if you add him to a team that's going to win a championship. Wow, this page is huge. So he's under contract for next year at 7.5. It just hurts you. No, I don't want him. It just hurts you. I just don't understand why it's so hard to get to starting point guard. You know what though? It's just because there's not many options. You know, everybody needs one. Smith gets high before every game. He doesn't look all there most of the time. He might. Who knows? You know, is it legal in Ohio? Maybe. You know, it's like it helps my knees. All right. You know. No, but it's just why is it hard to get a point guard? It's just because everybody needs one. You know. So what the Suns need to do is they need to find a team with several of them and offer them the Josh Jackson 4. Because if we're going to find a functional one, so you hold on as long as possible. Yep, it's illegal everywhere if you're rich. Well, touche. You lose leverage when desperate. Yeah, and I don't think they're going to make a desperation move. I really, really don't. I think they'd rather just lose out this year and just say, okay, Okobo, go prove it. You know, and find that kind of retread veteran that's like 36 years old. You know, Jamal Crawford, Jamal Crawford kind of pick up and just be like, all right, you know, we'll let him back up with, you know, with a Kobo kind of thing. So that'll be their direction this season, I think. Guys, let's pray for the Suns. We need divine intervention. Yeah, divine intervention to go 41-41, miss the playoffs by a game, and then get the first overall pick. That's divine intervention. That's all I wanted this year. I was okay with them missing the playoffs so long as they were competitive, because I wanted to give a shot, get one more shot at getting, you know, pulling off a 93-94, 92-93. Orlando Magic. Steve Bash still wise, Ryan Anderson starting because they don't have another power forward. You know who should also be in our radar is Darius Paisley. Again, for those college guys, you guys probably know more than I do. I focus on NBA, and then, you know, college basketball, I focus on the Devils and U of A. Great on coaching, I think that's fine. They're doing the best they can without a point guard or power forward. Why do they keep playing Chandler over Holmes? Because I don't think Chandler's doing all that awful. I really don't, but maybe you guys see something I'm not. I see the Sun. I want to see them play well, man. I do too. I'm okay with a 110-102 loss or 120-112 loss kind of thing, so long as they weren't done by 30, and when, you know, the other team started their, you know, benched everybody, the Suns kind of crawled back. Give me competitive losses. You know, just be competitive. They're just not. It's the same team. It's not possible. The only way to get rid of Sarver outside of him trading is for the league to step in and do what they did with both the Clippers and Philadelphia. The blowouts are unbearable. They are unbearable. And it's all just because they don't have a decent point guard. Why doesn't a point guard player, like a great player, Chandler's not a threat on the headhouse because we know it. Well, okay, they'll give you that. Oh, YouTube, send that tweet or send that message one more time. By the way, go ahead and please like, please retweet where it's single overtime. I'm going to take us double overtime. I will be doing an interview. I won't be able to do it on here. I'll see if I can. I might be able to live stream, but I will be doing an interview in about 15 minutes after the show. If a couple runs the pick and roll effectively, the offense would run smoothly. Agreed. At least with Holmes, and plus with his shooting, it fits into the passing, to the movement. At least with Holmes, it's proven he can shoot a little. It's kind of hard to watch the Suns when the game is over in the first quarter. Oh yeah, for sure. It's 100% hard. Is Phoenix an attractive city to free agents? I think it still is. You got good weather, lower taxes. You got Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, but you also have Robert Sarver. You know, so I don't know. However, they also should have enough money for at least one max player. So it used to be. I know. Interview for a blog. I will tweet out the information as soon as I get it. It's not going to be live on TV or radio or anything. It's going to be online. I think we're recording. He's going to be adding it to a podcast. But they know that they needed a point guard. They do, and that was the problem. McDonough knew he needed a point guard and didn't find a way to find one. The city is sellable, but the Suns, their owner, is not. But hopefully with Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, it still can be. You know, that's just my only thing. Hopefully it still can be. Because you got two young stars. To think we had KJ and Kidd at the same time. And Steve Nash. Tell me a major free agent we have signed in the last 10 years. Quentin Richardson. Oh, no, it's been 14. Canada's terrible. Yes. Would a max player want to come here? If you're offering the max, Yeah, I mean, just depends. Let's start a GoFundMe so we can buy the Suns. So long as you make me the general managing partner, or the managing partner. Yeah, I'm in. Let's start it. Yeah, just think. The Suns had KJ, Kidd, and Nash. They had 3 should-be Hall of Famers. Chandler was our last pickup. Yeah, okay, he was our last free agent pickup. Well, Isaiah Thomas, it ended up being a trade, but it was a sign and trade. So, it's still free agency. It was a sign and trade. So I would say Isaiah Thomas. I love the Hito Turkoglu reference. Sucks I'm going to be watching college games more intently than the Suns game this year. Well, then you're going to fill me in. Who should I be looking out for? We got a couple of college guys, though, so we definitely... Is Holmes better than Chandler? Well, I don't know. I got my $5 to put in for the buyout. We can do it. Let's do it. We got $5. Ariza was an underrated signing before the season started. Yep. Can't the draft be here already? But I like watching basketball. I wish they had the draft during the season so we could add the player. That would be cool. Give me Sauce is better than Holmes, maybe. Give me Zion Williamson now. Like, put him on the Phoenix Suns now. Let's see, That's what I want. What's the benefit of doing a buyout if it expires at the end of the year? Roster spot. You open up a roster spot. Do I remember Ish Smith? Yes, he's balling for Detroit. I definitely remember him. I mean, I wouldn't trade for him. If he were a free agent, I would take him as a backup. Sasso 3 Holmes. Look out for Romeo Langford, Daniel Gafford, Quentin Grimes. All right. Well, believe me. I mean, I'll be reading a lot, but I watch ASU and then I watch highlights and I get feedback. Rui as well. All right. Season starts when? A couple weeks? I know it starts soon. So I'll definitely we'll talk about it for sure. I wish you could draft a guy, try him out. If you didn't like him, you could draft someone else. Or you get a future draft pick. Do I know when Bender's option expires to pick up this month? I don't. Probably at the end of the month. They should allow 1 college player per team to play a season before he drafts like an internship. Oh, that'd be cool. Will they pick it up? Probably. If the same guy is out. Oh, I didn't get it. November 6th. Okay, so it's November 6th. I'll bet they pick it up because it allows them to trade him. Because his contract will be small enough. I mean, it's only going to be... And you sometimes you need players to trade to make contracts work. He's averaging 0.7 points. It's because he scored 2 points. He scored 2 points in 3 games. Per 36 minutes, he's averaging 6.5 points. His team option is $5.89 million. Yeah, I'll bet they pick it up. What's the deal with Jackson? What's the deal? You think starting him would make him force less shots? No. I don't know if starting him would make the Suns better. 1.28. He's at $5.86 million. And apparently our G League team is crap too. I saw we got blown up by South Bay. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm a little disappointed. I thought we were going to be... Oh, brother, I thought we were going to be way better. I thought the Suns were going to be... I was thinking 35 wins. Am I a fan of the increased scoring that's happened around the league? Yes, I am. I'm just not a fan of the fact that the Suns haven't been increasing their scoring. Let me see something real quick. Come on. Give me one moment. I'm going to have a stat here in a second. The Suns. Okay, scoring per game. Suns are averaging, where are they? 105.7. They're 24th in the league. Do I think if we cut turnovers by half, maybe. Jackson's going to throw shots. I don't think there's anything that can stop that. Coaching should stop that. Hey, Josh, cut it the hell out. Okay, coach. Yeah, 105 points per game they're averaging. Josh needs to get his mechanics together. Yeah, he probably should just take a month off and work on it. We started, and he could get the ball to Book and Ayton rather than Crawford and Chandler. Yep. Suns, think about this. So the league leader is New Orleans at 124.8 points. The Suns are closer to the bottom. Orlando's averaging 100 than they are to the top by 20 points. Artem Lobov is God. Watching it always seems like the first quarter every damn game. Yep, put Jackson in the G League for a month. Yeah, maybe. All right, we're going to end in 1 minute. Go ahead and rapid fire anything you want. I got to set up for this interview. And however I can tweet it so you guys can listen to it, I will. I don't think I'll be able to tweet anything tonight. But if I can live stream it, I will. I've just got to talk to the guy because we're going to go through Skype. So I need to make sure that, like, he can hear. So you might see me live streaming here soon. Actually, again, here the next maybe 20 minutes at most. Will we beat the Spurs Wednesday? No. I don't foresee it, but I hope so. Like, I would love that to be their second win. I would love to beat San Antonio. But, you know, if we were, we played 6 games. If we were 3-3, I'd say, yeah, why not? But now 1-5, What team is Rick going to? Who's Rick? Why do I feel like I've just walked into a bad joke? I don't know who Rick is. When is our next win? When hell hath frozen over. Oh, Walking Dead. Oh, I don't watch The Walking Dead. Sorry, that's not a reference I get. Rick Pitino? I'm fine with Igor. All right, so they play San Antonio. I'm going to say loss. They're going to play Toronto, then I think loss. They might beat Memphis because Memphis just really isn't that great. Yeah, so they'll probably be 1-7. Then they'll beat Memphis. Then they got Brooklyn. They could beat Brooklyn. Then they're going to lose to Boston. They're probably going to lose to New Orleans, especially if New Orleans is averaging 130 points a game. They'll lose to OKC. They'll lose to San Antonio. They'll lose to OKC again. They'll lose to Philadelphia. They'll lose to Chicago. They'll lose to Milwaukee. They'll lose to Detroit. They'll lose to Indiana. I don't see, before December, I see maybe 2 wins. Memphis and Brooklyn. Oh, and the Clippers and Magic. Okay, so 4 wins. So here's the thing. Kawhi is the Butler example for this team. Well, but they were already a great team and had a shot at, they've got a shot at going to the finals this year. So that's different. I mean, you're taking a really good team and saying, hey, put us over the top. You're not taking the worst team in the NBA and going, hey, can you get us the 8th seed? I feel like they're the fat kid just going, please draft me. Please pick me, at the end of the baseball line, We need to start a Kobo. I think he will. So I could see the Suns losing to San Antonio, Toronto. I see them beating Memphis, maybe the Nets, and then lose to Boston, lose to New Orleans, lose to OKC, lose to San Antonio, lose to OKC again, lose to Philadelphia, lose to Chicago, lose to Milwaukee, lose to Detroit, lose to Indiana, beat the Clippers, beat the Magic. So I could see them going 4-12 before November, which would then put them at 5-17. Hey, bro, are you super ultra quadruple positive? Let's go 1-81, and then get the 3rd pick. 1-81, get the 3rd pick. Oh, it'd be horrible. I'm hoping I'm wrong. Believe me, what's the realistic best case scenario for free agency? Realistic best case scenario? They trade for D'Angelo. Who does Jimmy Butler want to play with? Kyrie? Well, they're not going to get Kyrie. I'm trying to think, how can you add Butler and... That, I think, would be the best. Was they trade for a point guard, and then with money, they get... like Jimmy Butler. If we lose to Jared Dudley, I'm done with the season. It's such a shock I can't sell any of my tickets. You can give me a couple. Terry Rozier is realistic. D'Lo and Sauce aren't going back to Brooklyn when they come. I'm worried. Yeah, I'm worried we might not get over 10 games this year. Oh, they'll win 10. I don't know why. They'll win 20-something. I don't know why it feels like every center so far has had career games against Dayton. And yet his plus-minus has been fantastic. Like when he's on the court, the Suns are competitive. You take him off the court, that's when everything goes to hell. When do I think the Suns make a trade or just stay the course? I want to say that they'll make a trade at some point, but I'll bet it doesn't happen until at least December, if not January. It might be after the January 15th deadline. We just fix our turnovers and we can be more competitive. But to do that, you either need Devin Booker, Josh Jackson to hold on to the ball, or you get a point guard. And hopefully that's Elliot Kobo. He has played 6 games. Let's try to beat the Bobcats 7 wins and get 6. Oh, you really want that record. Give him time. Yeah. I'm not... Oh, if you're... Regards to that defense, he needs to stop being worried. But I feel like... that's the thing. I feel like he's playing because he's worried. He's just like... He's still just kind of shell-shocked. Like, a year ago, I was getting paid $100,000 to play for U of A, and now I'm being paid $7 million to be here. I can see how that's a shock. Might as well tank with gusto. Yep, I hate that, but you might be right. All right, I'm going to go 25 seconds. We're in triple overtime going 25 seconds. I'll wait 20 seconds. Anything you guys got, and then I'm hanging up because I got to contact the guy. He's definitely worried about fouling out. You know what? Shaq fouled out in his very first NBA game, still grabbed 18 boards. I want that. Foul out of every game, give me 18 boards. What's the worst record of all time? 9-73 by Philadelphia in 1974-75. After October 31st, when Anderson can be combined with another player. Yes, so November 1st. J.R. Barrett. Artem is the GOAT. Where do I teach at? I teach locally at high school. Do I want to tell you guys? I teach locally at a high school, and I teach at Grand Canyon. Well, that's the worst percentage, but the worst 82-game record is 9-73 is Philadelphia. I want to say it's 1974. He gets called for soft fouls a lot. He is tentative. Yep. No, that's true. We might get that this year. I don't think we will. See ya, Polar. I'll see you guys later. All right, and with that, I do have to go because I got to figure this out. So I'll see you in a week unless something big happens. Hopefully something big happens that's good, and I'll do a special edition broadcast. But otherwise, let's go Suns. Peace. Happy Halloween. Be safe. I love you all. I do this for you. I'll be back in a week. See you later, brother. See you later, Bronny Cycling. See you later, Bronny Cycling. Peace. Go Suns.